Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today an extraordinary, quite miraculous looking puzzle by Kenneth's dad, who's certainly been on the channel before. This is very surprising. I mean, there is a rule, actually there are two rules in the puzzle which change things up, but neither of them would I have suggested would allow this few clues in a 9x9 Sudoku. So, we will do that in a moment, but first of all, of course, on Patreon, February's monthly reward is Interactions by Riff Clown. Do check it out. I mean, it's a fabulous piece of work by Riff Clown, and always worth joining our Patreon, in my personal opinion. And of course, always worth downloading our apps as well. They're fantastic bits of work, normally 100 puzzles each. Although the gas ones are 60 each. Check them out. They are really interesting puzzles with hints and everything. Give it a try. You can learn a lot. And of course, there's our merchandise if you want, and Sven's Sudoku pad. But I'm going to go through the rules of this puzzle, and I have just got out this little fellow because I have read what it says. I've read some of what it says. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cells a knight's move apart in chess must not be the same digit. So there is a knight's move restriction, and that means you couldn't put 3 in those two cells. Any 2x2 area of cells in the grid must contain at least one digit from each modulo 3 set. And those sets are 147, 258, and 369. So you can look at your keypad and split it into the columns, and those are the modulo 3 sets. So the remainders, when you divide numbers by 3, are grouped together for this purpose. And that must be the rule that does all the work in this puzzle, but it's very hard for me to imagine how. Digits in cells joined by a black dot must be in a 1 to 2 ratio, so one is double the other there. Digits along a thermometer must increase from the bulb end. We have one tiny little scrappy thermometer to go with the 6 black dots. And these restrictions, and apparently this is uniquely solvable. It is fascinating. You can check the video length and have a lot more idea how long this is going to take than I have. I have no idea. I have no idea how this puzzle solves. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, what on earth? How can there be so little? Okay. Right, let's work out what sits on a black dot and what groups it join. What modulo groups are involved. So you can either have 1, 2 from, well, let's call them groups 1 and 2, 2, 4 again from groups 1 and 2, 4, 8 again from groups 1 and 2, or 3, 6, which are both from group 3. There's no king's move restriction, just a knight's move one. That's going to mean that these 4 have to be different digits. Oh, okay, okay. Right. Right, I'm going to start here. Look at this 2x2 area. This has got to have a digit from set 3 in it, a 3, 6, or 9. It can't have a 9 on a black dot, so it's got a 3 in it, and therefore it's got a 6 in it as well. So this area has a 3, 6 pair in it, but also it has another black dot pair that uses groups 1 and 2, so one of the other black dot pairs. Now this group of cells also has 3, 6 in it to fulfill the same rule. Right, the 3 6s can't be next to each other, or they would make up a 2 by 2 of exactly the same modulo digit. That's not possible. They can't be separated. If there were 2 of them I'm talking about, how could there be 2 3 6 black dots here? They can't. If they were together, that would form a 2 by 2, all of the same digit. If they were separated like that, the knight's move would be counteracted. I mean, you could put 3 6 there and 3 6 there, but you've got 2 knight's move problems straight away. So, since this group and this group both need a 3 6, 3 6 must be here. And I suppose up here it's the same. I don't see why it's not. 3 6 is there. And then actually, you know that this cell is different from that cell by the knight's move. So we're colouring our 3 6s. Now, these other black dots, I think they have to be a set of 1, 2, 4, 8, because each of these cells, let's just make them green for a second, they all see each other, either by the knight's move or horizontally. So none of them can be the same as each other, or vertically in the case of the dominoes. So they can't be the same as each other. So they are a set of 1, 2, 4, 8. And whichever, well, yeah, I mean, they're a set, but I don't know which is which. I don't really have a hand. I don't think the rule tells me anything about that. But each of those, well, each of those coloured areas is a set of the digits 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, how can we develop this into solving this whole puzzle? It's mad, isn't it? Oh no, maybe it's not. Look, where does yellow go in the central box? Look, that yellow sees those cells and that one. This yellow sees those cells. Since that can't be yellow or that yellow by what we've done already, that is yellow. Then there's a yellow in one of those two. This is weird, actually. Yellow there reaches that cell, so none of those can be yellow, and yellow's in the corner somewhere. Same up here. Yellow can't be in any of those. Yellow's in the corner. So yellow in row 3, look at that. It's down to one of those two. That one sees those two cells. That one sees those two. And these are not possible to be yellow by the black dot rules. And the modulo rule, which is weird but powerful. I mean, that's not bad as a start. In fact, there's a yellow in one of those two because we need one in row 6 and it can't be there by the knight's move. Now down here, well, one of those two means that's ruled out. I mean, I could mark in all of those as potentially yellow, but I'm not inclined to. Let's look at red next, because yellow was so good to us there. Now, red's already in box 5. Where's red in box 6? Look, red has to be there. This cell sees all of those. This one sees those two. Gosh, mamie. Red is now in one of those two in box 9. This red sees all of those. So, red's in one of those. And in row 7, red is somewhere up here. What does this mean? Red is somewhere there. In this box, well, I don't know. I mean, I may be colouring too many cells, but this is interesting. How there's just more than you expect available. Now the puzzle suddenly looks broken to me. Oh, now I'm concerned I've misunderstood. Because how is this 2 by 2 going to get a red or yellow? Oh, it's not. Sorry, red and yellow are not the only digits that have modulo 3. Or no remainder modulo 3. There is 9 as well. So that group, so we're going to have to think about where 9 is. 9 is going to have to fill in the gaps that the other digits aren't going to achieve. Look, we've got whole areas here and here that must contain a 9. At least one. And that's a sort of big old X-wing on 9s. There must be one in that area. I mean, my pencil marking's all over the place. But look, that area has to have a 9. Because it doesn't have yellow or red. And that 9 is going to have to be in one of these two cells because of this X-wing that puts a 9 somewhere in column 7 and one in somewhere in column 6. So one of those is a 9 so that that area gets one of these types of digit. Oh, this is weird. And then this thingy is going to have to disambiguate somehow the actual numbers when we get there. Okay, this is absolutely strange as heck. Ah, look, that area has to have a 9. Oh, but the fact... I was about to put it there, but I'm not so sure now. Could there be a 9 in one of those cells and then... Well, there couldn't be one there because every one of these four where there has to be a 9 in this 2x2 sees that cell. If there was a 9 there, there could be one here. No, there can't be a 9 here because there has to be a 9 in this 2x2 and in this 2x2 and the X-wing knocks it out of that cell. Can there be one? No, what? It's this region. The only possible 9 in this region can't be there because of the X-wing. Can't be there because that would keep 9 out of all of these cells and must be here. That is a 9. This is weird and absolutely fascinating. That can't be a 9 on the knight's move now. Now let's try and keep this sort of thinking alive. The trouble is I don't know where 9 does go in this column, which box it's in even. Now, let's find this area. Is this impossible to have red and yellow in? Yes, it is. We've confined yellow to one of those two in box 2, and it's there in box 5. Red is there and in one of those 3. So this area does need a 9. It can't be... I thought I'd worked out somewhere it can't be. Well, it can't be here because there is a 9 in one of these two in this box. Oh, hang on. This area needs a 9, but also this area needs a 9. Yes, okay, that's fine. It can't be there. If it was there, we could have a 9 here. It can't be here because 9 in box 5 is in one of those two. So the 9 in this 2x2 is in one of those cells. Which means that's not a 9. Oh, I'm losing my mind here. Oh, 9 being in one of those cells for this 2x2 means 9 is not here, because they both see that one. Right, that is actually what I think I discovered a moment ago, and I've just worked it out. So that's a 9 now. And that covers this 2x2 and this 2x2. No, sorry, this 2x2 and this 2x2. So the 9 in row 5 is in one of those. I'm not really looking at these areas as needing a 9 because I haven't put yellow into that area somewhere or red into this area somewhere yet. There are a lot of possible locations. Now, that hasn't really resolved my 9 issues down here and up here. Are there other places that desperately need a 9? I mean, there were a surprising number. This area needs a 9, yes. So that's there. This area needs a 9, doesn't it? It can't have red or yellow in either of those. Yes, let's put in 9 there. Okay, now we're in funky business. This is good. We can put in 9 there as well. And one of these two is 9 by Sudoku and Knight's Move. Mr. Knight has been very helpful. That is not 9 by Thermo Rules, so that's 9. I'm going to finish my 9s now. If not helpful if I write 8 instead of 9. There we go. That's all the 9s. That is weird. Now, red is going to have to be in that 2 by 2, which is very unsurprising perhaps, but red can't be there because all those 3 positions for red see that cell. So red's in one of those, and then red can't be here because all those 3 positions see that. Knight's move from there to there ensures that. Those 2 positions are left in row 4, but they both see that cell, so that's been knocked out. Those 2 positions now see this cell. Ah, this is bonkers. If that was red, that couldn't be. Now, are there any areas where 9 and yellow cannot reach? Well, I'll tell you what there is. There is this area where yellow has to appear because 9 and red can't go there. So yellow is in one of those places, but those 2 positions both see that. So yellow's in one of those 3. I suppose that fits okay with 3 or 6 on the thermo. Now again, let's try and find these 2 by 2 areas of uncoveredness by the whole 3, 6, 9. Look, this area needs either red, 9 or yellow. Well, the only possibility is yellow here, so bingo, that is yellow. Isn't this puzzle the weirdest old thing? That's not yellow. We've placed yellow in box 2. I can't believe it's not done here. That's annoying. One of those, for instance, for this 2 by 2 must be red or yellow. Ah, this is a 2 by 2 that needs red, yellow or 9. Well, it needs red. There. So that's not red. So, oh, come on. Come on, what do you mean? This 2 by 2 needs red, yellow or 9, so that's red. There we go. There isn't one here. This one can't have yellow and can't have 9, so it has to have red there. This is a weird way of solving a puzzle. I don't think I've ever done a puzzle like this. That can't be red by Knight's move. That is red. It's the only place in row 2 where red can be. That's not red because we've got one in column 5 and we've finished off reds. Can we finish off yellows? I bet we can. This 2 by 2 needs red, yellow or 9. So one of those 2 is definitely yellow and that's not. The only place for yellow in column 2 is there. Now the only place for yellow in column 1 is here. Oh, we're left with an X-wing of yellows. Okay, but we've finished reds and we've finished yellows, and I believe now that every 2 by 2 is covered. Yeah, wherever it is here, we've got that 2 by 2 and that 2 by 2 covered with one of these. Isn't that weird? Now I'm probably going to have to do the same sort of thing by just choosing a digit out of here. So I'm going to have to uncolour these to start with. Let's uncolour all of those. Now, I'll tell you what, we'll call this one green because that also can't be here. So let's make them all different colours and see if we can get anything out of that. Bright green, bright blue, purple and orange. Now, this one is orange or purple because it's seen by both of those positions. This one is on the black dot with orange or purple. Now, these black dots, one of them, yeah, we do know that they're consistent. And we know that because this group of 4 cells is a set of 1, 2, 4, 8. They all see each other by Knight's moves. They all have to be different. Therefore, the 8 must attach to a 4, and the 1 must attach to a 2 in those pairs. And the same is true up here, which share the same thing. So 8 always attaches to 4 on these black dots and these black dots, and 1 always attaches to 2. So whatever this is always attaches to bright blue, and whatever this orange is always attaches to green. So that is bright blue or bright green. Now that I'm not so sure about, because it could be the same as this. Yeah. Oh, now I'm going to have to think about the modulo thing in respect of... I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, we're going to have to kind of colour the grid somehow. And then work our way round to the thermo. And that's going to do some disambiguating, I think. Ah, look, this green sees all of those cells. So green in box 8 is in one of those two. I don't know though, that's not going very far. Can I rule that out from being green? Or oh, look. That purple sees all of those cells. That's lovely. Purple in this box, in box 6, must be in one of those two. And now that's not purple, it's orange. Orange goes with green. That's not green, that's green. Isn't that beautiful? The answer is yes, that is beautiful. This cell is now seen by green, orange, and blue. So that is purple. And that's not. And purple joins to blue on these dots. And blue, the remaining blue in column 9 is in one of those two, along with yellow. I don't know how I'm going to think about modulo when I don't know which two digits club together. Does green go in a set with blue or purple? I don't know, and I don't know how I'm going to know, if you see what I mean. Anyway, orange, orange, that can't be orange by night's move. That's orange in column 4. This orange sees those cells. So orange in box 6 is in one of those two. That orange sees all of these. So it places orange in box 9. So I'm going to have to find somewhere. Well, I mean, this area, for instance, this contains red from the 369 set. Then orange, blue, and yellow. Yellow is also from the 369 set. Right, so orange has to be different from blue. Otherwise, this 2x2 doesn't work with the modulo rule. So orange is in a different set from blue. It's obviously in a different set from green because all these dot pairs are different. So now we know that green and blue are in the same set, along with digit X, which we haven't identified. Right, so orange and purple are in the same set. So then we can find an area like this, which has no orange or purple and needs the 5 or 7 that goes in that set with orange and purple. I mean, this is complicated. This really is complicated. I need to find a way of either doing this a bit more simply or simplifying what I'm actually doing. Or just doing a bit more colouring so it actually works. Look, orange in row 8 can't be there by knight's move, can't be there because that's a 9. So that's orange. Now, how could that be 4? I suppose it could be if yellow 3 was there. Orange is either 4 or 8, which is quite interesting because that goes with 4 and 8. So orange and green are 4 and 8. That must be right. That can't be a 2 there. Yeah. Orange and green are the 4-8 pair. That's quite interesting. Blue and purple are the 1-2 pair. And green goes with blue. So they're either an 8-2 pair or a 1-4 pair. Again, that's going to have to be resolved by these things, I think. So orange and purple, where does purple go in this box? Not in those two, it's in one of those two. Interesting. Purple in column 9 is right there, definitely. Purple in box 5 is in one of those two. Purple in column 6 is in one of those two. I'm running out of steam. Now, orange, right, that orange sees those two cells. So orange in box 4 is in one of those two, and that fixes orange in box 6. Not there, but there. Then orange in column 7 is there. Then one of those two is orange, and that's a little X-wing that I can't resolve. But otherwise, orange is done. Okay, maybe I can carry on a bit like that. These two purple positions in box 5 both see that cell. So that's not purple. That says that's not purple. So purple's in one of those two. Wouldn't it be great if they Tigger bounced back and looked at that? This purple looks at those three. So one of those is purple. I'm getting a bit stuck on purple. I'm surprised green didn't go further. Okay, green does go a bit further now. Green's in one of those two. And it's in one of those two. And they rule out that one because they both see that one. Isn't the Knight's Move crazy land? So green's in one of those two. Okay, well, green's a bit better. Green's somewhere in one of those three. I'm going to bother to mark that. Oh, no, I was going to say that, that they can't be green, but that one can be. This sees, well, it sees those and that. So one of those two is green. Now I'm just getting a colour frenzy. Now I need to do something clever with modulo. I know that green and blue are the same, the same race of digits. Another delivery driver to the wrong address. Right, we were saying that green and blue are from the same tribe of digits. So there's an area where green and blue can't get to, somewhere, probably. Maybe there isn't. Maybe we should look for an area that orange and purple can't get to, like that area, which needs the other of orange and purple. I mean, this is a new colour that I haven't introduced. Needs to go in this segment. And it's not bright blue, and it's not 9. So the other digit out of orange and purple needs to be in one of these two. How does that resolve this? So close here. Come on. Come on, Mark. Figure it out. Or does it help place orange and purple? I don't know. It's 5 and 7 that are the rogue digits. They must both be in that group because we've got the other digits kind of coloured or marked. This group of digits is green, 5 and 7. This is probably much more straightforward than I'm finding it. Yellow and purple are here. So we need something from blue or green. This might be an argument that this has to be where green is in the box. So I'm looking at this 4x4. It's got one digit from 369, only that yellow. It doesn't have red or 9. It's got purple. No, I can't argue. Purple goes with orange. No. I'm off beam here. Maybe I was looking at this 2x2, which has bright blue and 9. No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm struggling a bit with this. Really very close to understanding the whole puzzle, and yet... Oh, can that be green? Because then 4 and 8 are on the same thermo. So that would be 4, and this would have to be 1, 2, or 3. In fact, that would be yellow if that was green, because yellow is in one of these. So yellow would be 3, and green would be 4. That probably works all right. Come on. Orange and purple are in the same group. So if that was purple, that would use up the oranges and purples in rows 6 and 7, and the other 2 2x2s would have to include the other digit from that set. Both of them would have to include it. Well, that's done in 2 ways. It could be there, or it could be, I suppose, in 2 positions. I haven't quite got this. Sorry. Let me just think about it a little more. Yellow and blue. I don't know how to use this modularity rule. It was easier for 369s because they were sort of an outstanding group. These other groups of 147 and 258 are a little more baked in. They're a little more integrated. And in some ways, I don't even know how hard it is to make this patterning work in the puzzle. Okay, up here, red and yellow are in the same 2x2. So the other 2 digits in that 2x2 have to be the other 2 tribes. This one is orange. And that means this can't be from the orange tribe, so it can't be purple. I suppose that's already proven, unfortunately. Is there anywhere where I can find that? Down here? No, we know that orange and blue are different tribes. In fact, that's how we established the tribalism. Red and yellow are both here. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Purple and orange are the same. Green and blue are the same. Where can I use that purple and orange are the same? Nowhere much that I've already coloured purple in fully. So how about green and blue then? I've coloured a few cells green. I haven't coloured many blue. Oh, blue in row 7, is in one of those 2 positions. I hadn't noticed that particularly. Blue in box 5 is in one of those 2. They don't both see anywhere exciting, I don't think. Oh man, I'm just confusing myself now. It was good. It was good stuff with the 9s and the 3s and the 6s. I was enjoying the puzzle then. Now I've just got total confusion going on. Orange and purple are the same tribe. So where are they in difficulty? So if that's orange and purple, that's the other colour, and they obviously work. If that's orange and purple, this needs to be the other colour, but I don't know anything about 5s and 7s. I don't even know how I can know anything about 5s and 7s. Oh, this is so weird. I suppose 5 and 7 have to be in that group of cells. Okay, I need to focus on getting to this thermo. That's what I next need. So, yellow, red, and 9 are marked here. Orange, blue, and green are marked. Purple is not marked. Purple is in one of these 3 places. Orange and purple are from the same tribe. So that's either in a group here, orange, purple, 9, and one of the other tribe, or here, orange, purple, yellow, and one of the other tribe. That's 4 or 8. 3 or 6 is on this thermo, because yellow is on this thermo. Red is not on this thermo. I imagine that I'm going to prove that this is, somehow be able to prove that this is neither yellow nor purple. But that is hard to imagine how at the moment until I figure out something. Okay, that can't be purple because of those 2 positions. I'm thinking about purple in column 3. Where can it be? It can't be there. It can't be there. It can't be there because of the positions in box 8. It can't be there or there. It can't be there because we've got a solid purple. Now, I've got 3 positions left where purple could be in the column. Now, I need to find a region that needs a colour. Maybe what I should do, I don't know, I think I have to keep visualising orange and purple together. They are friends from the same tribe. I have to work out where there's a gap that cannot be filled by orange and purple. And hope, yeah, okay, so this area. This needs orange and purple's friend, grey. Orange and purple go together with grey. Grey has to be in one of those cells. Right, where else can orange and purple not meet? Up here. Grey needs to be in one of those cells. It can't be in one of those 2 because of the numbering, so it's in one of those 2. And down here, it needs to be in one of those, and it has to be in one of those 2. And they see that cell by Knight's move. And so that's not grey. That is now grey, definitely. And that sees this cell, which is not grey. And now that is definitely grey. And now that is definitely grey, and that is something. Orange, purple and grey go together. Well, okay. I should have tried this before. Now, let's keep finding places that need something that's not orange or purple. It's harder because I'm less certain about the positions of the other colours as we go across the grid. So this grey sees those cells. Grey must be in one of those two in this box. And therefore, yeah, okay, grey can't be there because of that grey. So now grey's in one of those two. I'm not really thinking about the rule, I'm just thinking about where grey has to be. Now grey's in one of those two. Yes. So orange and grey need, what about this group? We need orange, grey or purple in there, and grey can't get there now. So that is purple. That's how we have to do it. Isn't that bizarre? That's now purple. That's now purple. One of these two is purple along with the orange, which is interesting because they're in the same group of purple, orange and grey. That is purple in row 6. This is not. One of these two is purple. Now, what about grey then? What about gaps? What about, yes, orange and purple have left a gap in that 2x2 and a gap in that 2x2, which say that grey has to work for both of them. So this is grey, because we've got that grey saying it's not there. So that's grey. These two cells see that cell, so that can't be grey. That one sees all of those three, and that one sees this one, so that's grey. Oh, this puzzle is something else. That's not grey, that is grey. That's not grey, of course, that is grey. Grey is 5 or 7, by the way, in case you didn't know. Which is just weird, it just is. Grey can't be there because of that, and it can't be there because of that. It's here, on the beginning of the thermo. I think I said, I thought that might happen with 5 or 7. And look, this is 5 or 7. This has become yellow. That's all it can be now because yellow has to be here somewhere. That's going to fix yellow and blue down here. This is now something bigger than 5 or 7. So this yellow is 6. I've had 9 digits in the grid for about half an hour, I imagine. Anyway, I've doubled the number of digits in the grid, and now the greys go in, and they're 5s to make the thermo work. Thank you, Mr. Thermo. Reds have become 3s. That's nearly half the digits in the grid. Orange has become 8. That's over half. Oh, I can't put these oranges in, but I can put all those oranges in. It's still over half the digits in the grid done. Any definite greens are 4s. And here we go. Now I'm going to have to use the rule again, which ought to be easier. Now I can see the colours. Have I got all orange, purple and green? That's purple actually now. So yes, I think that does it. That means that's not purple and that is. Purples are all done. Oh, and they're in a group with orange. So that needs them to be 2. Perfect. And the proof they were in the group was down here, where we've got 8, 3 and 6, and that has to be from 1, 4, 7. So in fact, that is 1, and purple is 2. Oh, and the puzzle's just filling in now. I love it. Right. Right. Now we don't have many things to do. Okay, I can put in 1 and 7 here. I'd better just... I do want to keep the colouring going, not just because it's fun, but because it's actually very helpful. One of those is blue, and one of them is orange. That's blue. That's blue. Weirdly, that doesn't resolve those, but I can put in 1s there. This is now a 7. I need a whole new colour. I mean, I haven't got a colour for 7. I suppose I didn't use a colour for 9, but 7 is clubbing together with 1 and 4. So I need something that's like blue and green. Well, I'll use dark green for 7. and it's in one of those cells, and it's in one of those cells, and it's in one of those cells, obviously, and one of those cells. And we know where it is down here. That's the 7, that's the 7, that's the 7. This is a 7, so that gets the colour. These ones can lose the bright green, and that one. And these ones can lose the dark green now. Okay. And the bright green is 4, isn't it? So they're just all 4s. That's a 4 and bright green. 9 doesn't get a colour. This is 7 and dark green. 1 and 4 here. I've got a knight's move. That is very handy to finish off. So 4 there is the bright green colour. That 1 is the blue colour, which then goes here, not here. This is now 8 is orange. That is 4 and bright green. That is 7 and darker green. That's now darker green and 7. I think I've got all the colouring done once I colour that cell. And now I've got 2 digits to fill in. That is a 1, and the colours are consistent. And I'm going to rely, there we go, I'm going to rely on Kenneth's dad to have made sure that the grid obeys the modulo rule throughout, because I don't want to check every single 2x2 box. But that is just a bizarre miracle solve. What an extraordinary puzzle. I mean, was I on a slow track? Let me know how you did with it. I think that is complicated, brilliant, and also stunning. And I yield to no one in my admiration for Kenneth's dad. Thank you very much for following us on the channel as always. Hope to see you soon. Bye for now.